Hey there, Cube Nation. We wanted to share with you what we mean by ice overload in a freeze dryer. This concept applies to every freeze dryer out there, whether it is the Cube or another manufacturer. Here's how it works. As you freeze dry food, the water that is coming out of the food freezes against the walls of the chamber. This ice grows and grows until there is no more water to come out of the food. As the ice grows, it closes in on the shelf that the food sits on. Since these shelves are heating to release the water from the food, this can eventually create a repeating process of melting the ice, freeze drying it, which then freezes against the sidewall again. Regardless of the shape or size of the chamber, this process is the same. The smart sensors inside the chamber cannot distinguish between water that is coming out of the food and water that is melting from the sidewall. Here's an example we did to show you. We pureed 2 gallons of cantaloupe and loaded 4 trays all the way to the top. We will show you how this is actually more than as efficient to work in the Cube. After 45 hours of freeze drying, we see that the ice load has now encroached on the shelves in a large way. At this point, the ice on the sidewall is beginning to freeze dry over and over again. So we're going to remove the trays, put the food in the freezer, and defrost the Cube in preparation to finish drying the food in a second cycle. After the second cycle, the cantaloupe was finally dry. It took 67 hours of actual runtime to do so, but it did complete it like it should. Had we dried this cantaloupe in 2 smaller batches, it likely would have been finished in 50 hours of total runtime. So, as you freeze dry your own foods, you will find the balance on how much food you can freeze dry in one batch without causing ice overload. We still recommend between 45 and 50 hours to definitely check the food and the ice load. At this point, it will likely still be more efficient to remove the food, defrost it, and run it in a second cycle. Keep freeze drying, Cube Nation. Let us know what your favorites are in the notes below. And tell us how you use the food you freeze dry. Don't forget to subscribe so you keep getting all the news and updates from Prep for Life.